I have been running around like a mad woman. And right now, I'm kind of melting down some butter. I need to turn that down. So today, the other day, I showed you how, I think it was on a short, to make a cream of chicken soup. Well, today I got a recipe. I'm going to make some cream of mushroom soup, and we're going to put it in a recipe. It's not a big one. It's not anything extravagant or anything, but it's a good recipe. And we just kind of, Tim and I kind of thought you come up with it, you know, and years and years ago, and we've just kind of stuck with it for all this time. We really like it. So I thought I'd share that with you. And it's real easy, super, super easy. And I've been, like this morning, I went out and took care of the animals and broke their water and everything because it's like 7. This morning it was 7 degrees. Looks like it's 11 degrees now. And it is just bitter cold. Like your nose hairs freeze when you breathe. It's just cold. So I thought, well, I'm going to do some quick, and I had this soup, and I've still got some of the other soup left too, so I'll probably just pour it in there with it. All right, so what I did was kind of the same scenario. I'll put you over here where you can see. So it's kind of the same scenario as the chicken, cream of chicken. You're going to make your roux, okay, but before you make your roux, and I forgot to do this, I was going to have this done. I'll just let you be on here with me real quick. We'll turn that off for a minute. I got sidetracked, y'all. So I rinsed off my mushrooms real good. And you're just going to chop. I probably won't need all these. You're going to chop them up real small. And they're going to get smaller too when you get them in there to cook. Go ahead and put these in there. I didn't need all of them. About a cup. That's probably about a cup. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of garlic salt, okay? And with the mushrooms. Now listen. Hold on. Turn this back on some. We're going to let these cook these till they're done, okay? And basically you're just getting the water out. Now listen to me. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you don't have these kind of mushrooms and they're in a can and they're already cooked, okay? Use them. You just don't, you go ahead and make your roux up. You don't let them cook because they're already cooked. But use your ones in a can if that's what you have. It'll be fine. It'll be the same. It'll be fine. Use what you got. Don't sweat the small stuff. I always teach you guys that, okay? So I'm going to just get these mushrooms cooked up here, and then we're going to move on. While that's cooking, I'll go ahead and tell y'all, I better make sure this is on. I know I'm so bad about it now because I went so long without it, and then I got tired of not being able to hear it on the videos, and I'd have to try to, and that's hard to do, edit that volume up. It is for me. Anyway, I was just getting ready to tell y'all something. Okay, so I didn't tell you I put 6 tablespoons of butter in there. Okay, 6 tablespoons, and a teaspoon of garlic salt with these mushrooms. So I reckon that you probably wouldn't need that garlic salt if you used canned mushrooms. You look at the sodium content on your mushrooms. Okay, I don't know that you would need that. Or you might want to put it just for the garlic taste. Or you could even use real garlic. I should have did that instead of putting salt in there. Why didn't I do that? Oh well, it's okay. I tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and get this broth. Now you're going to need a cup of broth. Okay, so I'm just going to use turkey broth. Make sure my lid's on there. I can't pop it. It's not popping. It's on. It's not loose. And then I'm going to grab my little tool that Tim brought me home. I have one at each kitchen, and it's the best. I don't know. He got it at a truck stop or something. It's the best little tool. And just open this lid. So listen. You hear that? There's what I'm going to be using for that. Now it says a cup. It's going to be about half of that. All right, I think these are ready. We're going to go ahead and start our roux. Let me get you down here. So I'm going to get take 6 tablespoons. I'm not going to measure it, you guys. I'm not going to measure it. Calm down. It'll be okay. It's not going to matter. As long as you get 6, it's not going to matter. I'm going on the look of it. I measured it last time for y'all, but I'm just going on the look. And that looks like to be about 6 tablespoons to me. The consistency, that's what I'm looking at. The consistency of the roux, okay? So when I do this, is it going to get thicker? That's my thing. Now we want to put in our pepper. You can put in, I think it's a quart. I'm not sure. I'll put it in the recipe. I'm going to put about that much. Okay. Now I'm going to put in my turkey broth. I'm going to let that cook just a little bit. Give me a minute. We want to cook that flour down. About 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Okay, like that. And now we're going to come back over here with the milk. Now we're going to start with it. Now, listen. What I used for milk was half a cup. It takes a cup. I used a half a cup of 2% and a half a cup of heavy whipping cream because I like using whipping cream when I do roux. It just kind of thickens them up a little better, I think. I need to turn this down a little bit. It is way too high. And then if you need some more, put some more milk in it or whatever you want to put in it. I might grab that broth if it gets a little thick on me. But I think that's going to be good right there. Look at that. And then you just want it to come to a boil for a minute. And then we're going to get it off this pan. Okay? I'm going to put it in this jar because I'm fixing to use it. That looks a little thick. I'm going to add, I'm sorry to get up in your face. I'm going to add a little bit of milk. I was going to use the broth, but I don't want to do that while I already got the milk going. Probably wouldn't hurt anything. I just don't want to mess it up. I've never done that, so I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, perfect. Now let me get a... That's coming to a boil. See how it's coming to a boil? We want it to kind of do that in the middle. There it comes. There it comes. Turn it down again. I think that's going to be just fine. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let's hope it don't break my jar because that's hot. Let's turn you over here where you can see. Ooh, that's hot too. Hold on a minute, guys. Gals and guys. Let me grab one of these. I don't want to burn myself. And we're just going to pour it in here. I hope that don't break it. If it does, well, we'll just have to start over. Just how that goes. Now that's probably plenty of what I need. Oop, I'm getting it all over the place because I'm about to drop this pan. I gotta set this pan down. These pans get heavy when you get, the older you get, I think. They didn't used to bother me, but now I just can't see using nothing else though, so I hope I can do it until, until I can't cook anymore. Which I'm sure, if the Lord keeps me here, I'm sure there's going to be a day and I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm sure of it. Okay, now for the surprise. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to taste this because it looks so good. So I'm going to taste this real quick. It's so hot though. Ooh, it's hot. Taste it. That's better than cream. I want to get out some crackers right now and eat some of this. And listen, you controlled the salt, the sodium in that. You controlled it. Okay? Make you some cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. You could even do your own cream of celery. Okay? Just cut up your celery, dice it up real small, just like I did those mushrooms. And do it. I've got one recipe I use cream of celery with. I'll make it for you guys sometime. It's called a tater tot bake. It is so good. So good. But anyway, there it is. And it's hot. So, now, here's the surprise. Got my crock pot out. Let me get you over here. I'm going to get you off me so you can see what I'm doing. So I got my crock pot out, right? Here's the surprise. I was going to put some seasonings and stuff. Put a rub or something on this. This is off one of our hogs off the homestead. Off our lard hogs. They're a little more fattier than a regular pig, but it's because they're lard hogs, okay? But they still got a lot of meat on them. I'm going to put, before I do that, I'm going to pour them. Let me wash my hands because I just contaminated everything. What is that? Oh. Well, I just realized, I got to tell you something. I have to share this with you because, I'm always sharing stuff that I just can't help it because it's just funny. It makes me laugh. Well, for one thing, I have this on backwards. So I was like, what is that? It's rubbing up against the counter and it's hurts. What is that? Well, for the last week, I've got a couple different keys over to the bread shed. And for the last week, I've been looking for it. And look what I just found. Tim's going to be like, woman, it was in this. I was looking in all my coat pockets, and sometimes I'll put it in my back jean pocket or something. And there it is. Okay. So we're over that, but it was still funny to me. Anyways, okay. So here is our stuff, and I'm gonna pour some of this in the bottom. Pour some of my soup in the bottom. And you know what? Sometimes I'll put cream cheese in this. I'm not going to today because that soup tastes so good. I want to taste that soup. So I'm going to put my pork in there just like this. It's raw. Okay? Here's another one. I might cut some of that fat off though. Because here's the thing you run into is if it's real fatty, you will have all that grease in your soup and stuff, and you don't want that. That's good. Okay. Put that one in there. Tim laid out 2 packages. I guess he thought we were going to have company. And we might. We just might. And see this, look, that fat is, I use this lard for everything, you guys, everything. I'm just going to trim this up just a little bit. Last one. That's good. And that little piece, that's going to be so tender. Oh, and then after I cook this in here, you can do it on high 4 to 6 hours, or you can do it on 6 to 8 hours on low. Okay. Now I'm going to put the rest of it on here. Here I am, y'all, cramped up in this corner again. And I'm spilling my soup. And the jar's hot. It's okay. That soup's so good, I could just lick that out of that jar. I could. I'm just being honest. It is good. Okay. And now I'm just going to kind of smear that. Now let me get you up here. Can you see that? Look at there. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and put that cream of celery because I don't want it to run out of liquid. So I'm going to put that up on high because I want to cook it kind of fast at first. Then when I go get on the bus, I'm going to put it on low. And then by the time I get home, Tim will already be home. And it'll be ready. And I've got, now listen, you can put potatoes in here, carrots, whatever you want, whatever. okay, to wait toward the end and put some noodles, whatever you want to put in it. I fixed a arm roast the other day in the oven, and I fixed way too many potatoes and carrots and celery and everything. So when we got done, we ate all the roast, but I had a bowl of vegetables like this. So I'm just going to warm them up when this is done. So I've already got my meat and my vegetables. I've got plenty of bread over here. I've made all kinds of bread. And I've even got rolls if we want those in the freezer. So I got plenty of bread. And maybe I'll whip up a salad or something with this. And there you have it. So make you some cream of mushroom, cream of celery, cream of chicken. I haven't done a cream of celery one yet, but it's basically going to be the same, y'all. Just follow the cream of chicken and use chicken broth and dice up some celery and cook it like I did those mushrooms in your butter before you make your roux. Okay? And I guess that's all I got to tell you today. And we'll work on something for the next one, all right? And Lord willing, I'll see you on the next one. I love you guys. Bye.